Released in 2004, Saw was a movie directed by James Wan and written by James Wan as well as Leigh Whannell, and it stars Cary Ellis, Leigh Whannell, and also Danny Glover, which we all know and love from the Lethal Weapon series. Now, coming into this movie, I thought that it was going to be nothing but a gore fest, nothing but torture porn full of blood and gore and body mutilation, which there is some of that, but I thought it was going to be nothing but torture and just gory everywhere. And I was wrong. So right at the beginning of the film, it sets you in the middle of one of Jigsaw's traps, which gives you your first shot of who is one of the main protagonists in this movie, which is Adam, played by Leigh Whannell, which is also the one who co-wrote it. He emerges from a bathtub full of water, only to find out that his ankle is chained to a pipe. Panning over across the room, he sees that it's completely dark without the lights off, until he starts screaming, "Turn the lights on." This is whenever we get our first shot of Dr. Gordon, which is played by Cary Ellis, which is also a great actor, and he is also known for being in the movie Princess Bride. Now, from the start of the film, you could tell that they wasn't working with a very big budget. With only, I think it was $1.2 million, which isn't a lot in the movie industry, they had to work with what they had. And that's why you can see a lot of times that they flash back to memories, because they really couldn't get every single angle that they wanted in the room that it was mainly set in. And they just didn't have enough time. They only had 18 days to record this whole movie. But other than the low budget film and what seems to be not that very well shot, the acting was phenomenal. Like, even the little girl was amazing, and it's hard to find little kid actors. You know what I'm talking about? Star Wars Episode 1, Anakin. Trash. But this movie has so much in store to show you, more than just blood and gore and death. It actually gives a compelling story and can get you invested in some of the characters. And this is where one of my biggest flaws come in. See, character development really wasn't that well in this film. For a film that was almost 2 hours long, I couldn't feel very invested in some of them. And the protagonists, if that's what you can call them, I wasn't that, I really wasn't rooting for them that much. I really didn't care if they lived or not, because how Saul sets up his traps, he does things to certain people which have done bad things. And it kind of takes away the impact of the death. Danny Glover plays as a police officer, obviously, because that's what he does best. And this is the character I found myself most invested in. This is the one that I really see as, like, don't let anything bad happen to this guy whatsoever. And mainly because the character development in this movie isn't very good. For a movie that's around I think the runtime was 143 minutes, you really don't get that invested into the characters, which is a major flaw that I have with this movie. Now, that being said, the acting was great. I do not blame the actors for the character development whatsoever, but you really can't sympathize with people that are in Jigsaw's trap, mainly because the ones that are in it usually do something really bad. And as he explains throughout the movie, they usually take life for granted, or take their family for granted, or take love for granted. Now, this is a major problem, and I know that it's an ongoing theme throughout the series and actually has an important role to play later on. But problem with it, to me, is the fact that it kind of takes the impact away from the death. Like, yeah, it's gory and you don't want that to happen, but they're bad people, so you really can't not root for them that well. Like, whenever they die, you're like, well, he wasn't a good person, so he kind of deserved it in a way, you know? Danny Glover, as the police officer, also had a partner, which you really don't get too attached to. Like I said before, Danny Glover was the only one where you're really like, oh, don't let nothing happen to his character. Like, make sure this dude lives. And whenever something does happen, you're kind of just in shock. Like, you're like, I can't believe that this just happened. But yeah, I mean, for any other character, it's really not like that. It's really not. And the twist at the end, guys, I don't know if everybody has watched the first Saw movie, but insane twist at the end. Insane. It's such a good movie, and guys, I highly suggest that you go watch it if you haven't. If you're planning to watch Jigsaw, watch this movie first, because I'm telling you, it's so much better than what you could ever expect. Now, with all this being said and done, where would I rank it on the horror scale? 8 out of 10. It's a definite 8 out of 10 for me for the first Saw movie. Now, today I'm going to be watching the second Saw movie and hopefully get a review up later tonight, if it's quiet enough. Thank you for watching, guys, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the review, because this is my first movie review ever, and I know it's not going to be great. I'm actually just now getting a legit camera. I'm recording with my Galaxy S7 right now, with a little rig that I bought a couple months ago. But this is what I'm working with, so if it was okay, please let me know. Thank you, guys.